Flavor drop.
New crispy salt and vinegar shrimp. It's all that and a batch of shrimp. Now one of 7 endless choices, only at Red Lobster. Welcome to fun dining.
Eyes feeling dry? Tired? Stressed? Get a boost of moisture with BioTrue Hydration Boost Eye Drops for comfort throughout the day. They're preservative-free, gentle, and made with naturally inspired ingredients. Stay BioTrue to your eyes.
Oh, you're about to spill some tea?
I'm about to spill the E.T.
Al's not lying. Tomorrow, our Al Roker and Deborah Roberts exclusive goes sideways.
We're getting a little bit competitive. What are you doing?
She's like, Al, don't you embarrass me in front of these people.
Happening now.
We get our first look at the body cam footage of Mark White's DWI arrest and what kind of consequences he faces at City Council.
Just what's hidden in so many of the foods we eat. New test results show it's plastic chemicals more than you may think. Coming up, the worst offenders and how to minimize your risk.
Tonight's cold front will kick up windy conditions to start off our Friday morning. Plus, our Arctic cold front, the timing has sped up a bit this weekend. We're going to time it out and get you the latest coming up in a few. The news at 5 starts right now.
And what? You're going to continue just as instructed. I thought you said 3 steps. No, you're going to take 9 steps, remember? No, it's not. Okay, so now you're going to continue just as instructed. So what did you say, 3 steps turn? No, you're going to take a series of small steps and turn around.
That is newly released body cam footage of Councilman Mark White's DWI arrest on December 29th. Police pulling him over on 410 after they said he was going 80 miles an hour in a 65 and changing lanes without signaling.
This comes out the same day we learned the exact measures that the mayor and the city council may be taking against him. City Hall reporter Garrett Berger takes us through it all. So, Garrett, what does this video reveal?
Well, it shows us pretty much what we've heard already about White's stop and his arrest. Now, the dashboard video is grainy, but it did seem to show a car speeding past the SAPD officer and then beginning to change lanes without signaling, at which point the officer flipped on his lights. Now, after White got pulled over, he's compliant and for the most part polite. He admits to 2 drinks and then by the end of the interaction to 3. He also says he had a 15-and-a-half-hour flight home from Australia earlier in the day and that he only slept about 4 to 5 hours on the flight. He has trouble following the instructions for a heel-to-toe walk during the field sobriety testing, but he insists to police that he's sober.
I'm trying to make sure that you're okay to drive, right?
Sir, please. I will walk home if you want. Okay? I am 100% okay. However you want to handle this is okay with me, but I really...
The officer, though, decided White had too much to drink and arrested him. Though it's not shown on camera, police say White refused to provide a breath or blood sample, so they sought a warrant for a blood draw. We haven't yet learned what those results are. Now, in a special meeting happening this Sunday, the rest of the city council will decide whether to censure the D10 councilman. We haven't seen the exact language of what that would be yet, but whatever it is, it would probably amount to essentially a public slap on the wrist. However, Mayor Ron Nirenberg has also temporarily suspended White from his committee assignments, quote, until further notice or until more details of the incident are known. The mayor, who says he has seen that video, says based on the available facts, the punishment is appropriate. White said he owns his actions on that night and does not believe that being off of the committees for now will affect his ability to represent his district. In the studio, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Garrett. A gruesome discovery made by firefighters who were putting a trash fire out this morning on the west side, but burning among that garbage, a man's body. A fire crew called out to this convenience store on historic Old Highway 90 near Southwest 36th Street at about 1 o'clock in the morning. After putting out the fire in the outside dumpster, firefighters found the dead body. Officers say the scene looks as though someone may have set that fire to cover up the crime. A worker we spoke with tells us that if it hadn't been for the fire, though, the body might never have been found because trash pickup was scheduled for today. We're told police were given a vague description of a car that was leaving the area before the fire was reported. The Bexar County Medical Examiner now working to identify that man.
They are apparently hidden in the foods we eat, plastic chemicals. In fact, they're pretty widespread, according to new testing by Consumer Reports. They check cereal, yogurt, meats, fast food, and more.
You might be surprised what they found. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz with the worst offenders and some small steps that you can take to minimize the chemicals you eat.
Take a trip to the grocery store or hit the fast food drive-thru. Packaged produce, meat, canned foods, fast food, you name it, it probably contains some form of a chemical used to make plastic.
We tested a wide variety of packaged foods, 85 to be exact.
Consumer Reports tested foods like canned fruit, canned fish, baby food, fast food, burgers, and a lot more.
We were looking primarily for chemicals called phthalates, as well as bisphenols such as BPA, and we found them at levels that our scientists say are not okay.
Why does it matter? Even at low levels, studies suggest these chemicals can contribute to an increased risk of diabetes, obesity, cardiovascular disease, and certain cancers. Eliminating these chemicals from food is hard, if not impossible.
The problem is it's not just about avoiding food that is wrapped in plastic. There are so many ways these chemicals can get into our food.
Like conveyor belts, food handling gloves, even contaminated water and soil.
Still, there are some things you can do to try to minimize your exposure. First of all, don't store your leftovers in plastic containers that aren't toxin-free.
And if you do use them, don't put them in the microwave. Heat can increase chemical leaching into your food. Watch the fast foods. Those had some of the highest levels of plasticizers like phthalates in the tests.
One reason fast foods may have such high levels is that they're often prepared by people wearing vinyl gloves, which are known to be extremely high in these chemicals.
Try to eat fresh foods. Stick with wood, stainless steel, and silicone tools. And that plastic water bottle, swap it for glass or steel. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
This Monday, the country and we here in San Antonio will be celebrating the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Activities leading up to the annual march start tomorrow, though, and we've already taken a look at this year's poster. Now you can see it, too. It is the winning submission for 2024. It is entitled My Today, Our Tomorrow. The artist is Alexa Villanueva. She's a student at Robert Colt High School on the Fort Sam Houston Army Post. Alexa's work was selected from among 82 entries submitted by the public. Her artwork will be featured throughout the march on Monday and at other events too.
First and foremost, we will be marching. We will have all of our other commemorative events that we do.
Those words from the chairperson of the city's MLK Commission. All systems and plans are a go for the 37th MLK Junior March. San Antonio's march, typically one of the largest in the nation. The commission chair saying our march made the cover of the Wall Street Journal last year. The city event and its record participation, a continuous reminder to those who march and watch that march of Dr. King's dream and sacrifice. Members of the commission are keeping an eye on the weather, just like all of us, and the commission is reaffirming that the commemorative events are happening Monday.
Nothing in the weather suggests that we will not be able to hold the march. It may be a little bit cold, dress appropriately, dress warm, but come to march. Our youth piece, the wreath laying ceremony, all of those will take place at their designated location at the designated starting time.
That MLK March starts Monday morning at 10 a.m. at the MLK Academy located on Martin Luther King Drive. It ends at Pittman Sullivan Park on Iowa Street off of New Braunfels Avenue. That's where the annual celebration that includes food, music, information booths, speakers will happen. For more information about the parade route, the closures and bus services to the march, that's really probably the best way to get there, the Via Bus. You can go to KSAT.com.
And he's exactly right. You will want to dress very warm if stepping out for the march on Monday. By the start of the march, temperatures likely in the upper 20s, low 30s, but feeling like the upper teens in terms of those wind chills, because yes, it is going to be pretty windy out there on Monday as well after we see this Arctic front push through the area. And speaking of which, we've got a pretty significant update when it comes to the exact timing of that arrival. It's now looking to move in earlier than originally forecasted. Early early Sunday morning. That's when this front is expected to push through. Temperatures tumbling throughout the day. We might not climb above the freezing mark on Sunday. And after that, hard freezes are expected Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday mornings now into next week. So over the next couple of days, really before heading to bed Saturday night, making sure that we are protecting those 4 Ps. Before we can get there, though, the first front moves in tonight. Very windy tomorrow morning. Gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour greet you out the door for the morning drive. We're going to talk all about it, get you the latest timeline and how low those temperatures are expected to go next week, coming up a little bit later on.
Thank you, Mia. It is showtime in Atascosa County. Students from all around South Texas participating in the 2024 Atascosa County Livestock Show. About 60 of those students are from Somerset. That number, a good indication that agriculture traditions and culture continue to thrive into the next generation.
Atascosa County tradition, 70 years for their county show now for this year, so it can't complain. It keeps moving forward, trying to build the next generation of future leaders.
The livestock show continues through Saturday. Winners of this county competition move on to a regional livestock show, and some plan to compete next out of state in Colorado.
Let's shift our focus to Iowa now. Republican presidential candidates in Iowa campaigning across the state with the high-stakes caucuses set for Monday.
Now, last night, Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, both governors, participated in the final debate before the caucuses. Just hours before, Governor Chris Christie dropped out of the race. ABC's Rena Roy with more on the 2024 race for the White House.
A day after their fiery debate, Republican candidates right back on the campaign trail in Iowa.
We're going to rein in the bureaucracy when I'm president, because I think it's out of control. It's not something that's responsive to the American people.
And right now, we've got a country in disarray and a world on fire. And you are 4 days away from voting in the caucus.
Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley trying to convince voters that they're the best alternative to former President Donald Trump ahead of the Iowa caucuses on Monday. The two going head-to-head on the debate stage Wednesday night.
If leadership's about getting things done, how did you blow through $150 million in your campaign and you were down in the polls?
So here's
you are
I think
not
this
a manager.
Is
no, I think I hit a nerve.
This is a great window into leadership because she's focused on a lot of political process stuff, things that no voter cares about.
DeSantis and Haley clashing on most issues like the economy, immigration, and abortion. They did agree on one thing, that Trump should have been on stage with them.
He chose not to attend as he has skipped all of the other debates. So far, that has worked out pretty well for him. This one-on-one debate between Haley and DeSantis featured a lot of them calling each other liars, arguing about their records on foreign policy, their conservative credentials.
Instead, Trump holding his own town hall several miles away, airing live on Fox News Channel at the same time.
I'm going to be a dictator for one day. We're going to do two things. The border, we're going to make it so tight you can't get in unless you come in legally. And the other is energy. We're going to drill, baby, drill. After that, I'm not going to be a dictator.
Temperatures here in Iowa are expected to be dangerously cold on caucus day. Forecasts showing they could dip below zero, so there is concern about voter turnout. Rena Roy, ABC News, Des Moines, Iowa.
Check out traffic right now on this Thursday. Let's go to I-35 at Tupperwine. You can see what looks to be a stalled vehicle, or a couple of them there, off to the side, and hopefully an emergency vehicle getting there soon. But it is slowing down traffic at I-35 in Tupperwine.
Up next, if you have high blood pressure, you know the importance of taking your meds every day. Besides keeping your pressure in check, though, it turns out that taking them can protect you from dementia.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom with a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock. He was only 16 years old when he was charged with murder. Today, now at 17, Isaac Gonzalez took a 40-year plea deal. We take you inside the courtroom as Gonzalez pleaded guilty. Business at City Hall interrupted by a pro-Palestinian protest today. It comes the day after a ceasefire resolution on the Israel-Hamas war was removed from council consideration. What the protesters want from city leaders and what they're willing to do to get it. And winter weather can wreak havoc on your car. We share some tips to keep your ride running safely during this upcoming cold blast. That and more today on the news at 6.
Thank you, Myra. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly half of adults have hypertension. Doctors say it's when the pressure in your blood vessels is too high.
So once diagnosed, many people are prescribed medications. They have to take it every day. But it has another important side effect, and it's one you might like. Studies are showing high blood pressure meds could also offer some protection from dementia. Taking your blood pressure medication can decrease the risk of dementia in late life. That's according to a new analysis with data from 15 countries. People who had untreated high blood pressure had a 42% increased risk of dementia as compared to healthy people. That's what the analysis found. However, people with high blood pressure who took their medications had no significant increase in dementia risk. The study does not specify if any particular drug or dose has the most benefit, so just be sure to take the drug that you're prescribed by your doctor. And as always, talk to your doctor if you have questions about your medication or your health.
Take a live look outside. All right. I think I said last night, let's enjoy the next 24, 36 hours. But, I mean, the timeline moving up now for the Arctic cold.
Pretty significantly. So we've got two cold fronts in the forecast, the first of which arrives tonight. And yes, that will send in some cooler air for our Friday, but it's the second cold front that now looks to move in early Sunday morning before sunrise. That's really going to allow those temperatures to tumble as we head into early next week. Before we can get there, though, with that first front that moves in tonight, the first thing to know about your Friday, plenty of sunshine, but it is going to be very windy out there, especially in the morning hours. Gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour are expected. Then we look ahead to the weekend, that Arctic air and that second cold front moving in earlier than initially anticipated before the sun comes up on Sunday. So because of that, temperatures may struggle to climb above freezing on Sunday when we get into the afternoon hours there as well. And in terms of any wintry precipitation with this cold air, there is a small window where we'll be monitoring for that. And we'll talk about that in just a second there as well. But first, want to get you a look at those wind gusts for tomorrow before we can get to that colder air. The first front, well off to our northwest right now, that's going to work its way through our area late tonight and early Friday morning. It's pretty dry, not really expecting any rain in our neck of the woods with this frontal passage, but you can see by midnight already starting to see those gusty northwest winds kick on, upwards of 45 to even 50 miles per hour through the overnight. First thing tomorrow morning, more of the same. So that's something to keep in mind, especially for high profile vehicles driving out on the roadways tomorrow morning. Still pretty gusty throughout the first half of the day. By lunchtime, starting to see those winds subside just a little bit. Gusts upwards of about 30 miles per hour. Those will continue to subside as we head into the afternoon. All right, so that's what's behind cold front number one. You can see, though, a batch of colder air does arrive in terms of Saturday morning. A brief light freeze possible in spots right around 32 to 33 for us here in San Antonio. Then we see that second Arctic cold front move in before sunrise on Sunday. And yes, much colder air is going to move in into early next week, Monday, Tuesday, and into Wednesday mornings. We are expecting hard freezes for us here in the Alamo City. So let's talk about that timeline now. Again, on Saturday in the afternoons, we will warm up pretty efficiently thanks to a bit more sunshine. Highs in the low to mid 60s, but then we start to see that boundary push through the area early Sunday. So by Sunday morning now, temperatures falling into the low 30s. We are expecting a bit more cloud cover now behind that, so we'll be close to the low to mid 30s into the afternoon. There's that hard freeze expected Monday morning. Very similar when it comes to those afternoon temperatures, struggling to climb above 32 degrees. Even colder by Tuesday morning, upper teens expected, wind chill values even colder. Then we'll start to warm things up a bit more into Tuesday afternoon, and even more so as we head into the middle of next week. So again, what's changed? That front is speeding up. We do know hard freezes are expected Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday morning, so you definitely will want to carve out some time before heading to bed Saturday night to protect the 4 Ps. In terms of any wintry mix, again, we have that small chance really Sunday evening through Monday morning. The better chance the farther north that you go to maybe find a little bit of freezing drizzle to some sleet. complete. I want to be clear, nothing like 2021. And as of right now, if we did see any of that come to fruition, accumulations would be very, very light. So we really just need to monitor for bridges and overpasses, elevated surfaces. Again, that is something that is not a slam dunk right now. We'll continue to keep you posted on that as things evolve in the coming days. But until then, make sure that we are prepping people, pets, plants, and pipes before we see that Arctic air move through on Sunday.
And get that KSAT weather app.
Of course.
ASAP.
Yeah, get it fired up. All right. I think it's time to take the restrictions off, Wemby.
I think everyone does, but he
Except Pop.
Exactly, but he didn't even need it last night. He only played 21 minutes because it was a blowout against the Pistons, and Victor Wembanyama played like a seasoned playmaker, recording the NBA's second fastest triple-double ever. Plus, fresh off of a college football playoff appearance, Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers says he wants more, announcing his plans for next season. That and more coming up after the break. The San Antonio Spurs handed the league worst Pistons a 130-108 loss in Detroit last night. Spurs rookie Victor Wembanyama was an assist machine in the victory. A full-court fastball to Jeremy Sohan in the first quarter was just one of the memorable assists, but Wembanyama said this between-the-legs bounce pass to Julian Champagnie was his favorite. By the end, Wembanyama finished with his first NBA triple-double in just 21 minutes on the court for the second fastest triple-double in NBA history.
Doing it to win is everything, of course, and I'm glad. I mean, I didn't know it was the second fastest in NBA history, but it's yeah. I mean, it matters to me, you know. I'm not the type to talk for nothing, you know. So it's this is the kind of statement we want to make as a team, and this is the kind of statement I want to make as a player also.
Wembanyama and the Spurs will next look to make a statement against the Hornets tomorrow night. Over the past few weeks, the Texas Longhorns have seen many of their core players declare for the NFL draft, but not Quinn Ewers, quarterback for UT. Today, Ewers announced on social media he is foregoing the NFL draft and returning to the UT football program for his senior year. Here's a snippet of his announcement.
Through the ups and downs, these fans and this university has always had my back. And with that being said, I'm coming back.
Ewers' return isn't much of a surprise, but many college football fans are eager to see last year's top prospect Arch Manning take the reins eventually.
Football coverage brought to you by Davis Law Firm.
Robert and I, after a series of discussions, have mutually agreed to part ways. And for me, this is a day of gratitude and celebration.
6 Super Bowl rings later, Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots are parting ways, bringing an end to Belichick's 24-year tenure as the architect of the most decorated dynasty in the league's Super Bowl era. Now the question is, where will Belichick go next? We'll be right back after the break.
Before we go, I want to show you I-35 south at Loop 410. You see some flashing lights off in the distance, not really causing much of a backup, but look at coming the other way on 35 south at 410. It's busy out there.
That's the problem. More news at 6.